Hey, what's good with you guys, man? This Grind Life Productions back at it again with another video. I hope you guys been doing good. I hope you guys been taking care of yourself, and most importantly, I really hope you guys just been staying out the way. I know I say this all the time. I come through with the same intro all the time, but it's really essential to just be constantly reminded of these things, because sometimes in life we get hit with curveballs, and sometimes we deal with certain individuals who just do a lot of messed up stuff to us, and like it makes us change the way that we view life and everything that goes on in life. And that's one thing that we don't want to happen. Like we got to control ourselves at all costs. We have to control our emotions at all costs, because a lot of people out here, they want to see us get out of character, but we can't really allow them to get the benefit of doubt. We can't allow them to get that, because they just don't want to see us win. They know that we got great potential. They know that we're capable of doing big things in this life, but they just don't want to see that happen, just because they want to do better than us. They just want to do better than us. But that's okay though. That's okay though, because in my 21 years of living, I learned that what I've been learning is that life is just a fight to the finish. It's just a fight to the finish. Yeah, you're going to come across a couple of roadblocks, but that's okay. That's okay, because at the end of the day, it's like, who's really going to make it through? Who's really going to make it through? Who's really going to do the big thing? Who's really going to overcome the odds? Who's not going to make the excuses, and who's not going to feel sorry for themselves? I don't know about you, but I don't have time to feel sorry for myself, because I don't get anything out of that. I don't get anything out of making excuses. If I'm not successful, that's on me. I'm not putting in the work. I'm just not putting in the work. And even if I am putting in the work, there's probably some instances where I could be working harder, but it's like I'm short checking myself. It's like I'm selling myself short in a way. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. As a man, you need to have a certain level of self-respect. You need to have a certain level of self-respect, because if you don't have that, then people will walk all over you, because they will see that you don't even value yourself. They'll see that you don't even value yourself. So it's like, why should they value you? Why should they? Why should they? If people treat you like an option, 9 times out of 10, you're allowing them to treat you like that. You're allowing them to treat you like that. And the only way to get away from that is to walk away from those people. You need to cut those people out your life, and you don't need to go back to them, because people want to feel like they have power over you. See, most people are really evil. Most people are really evil, and you don't find this out until you really step out into the real world and real things actually happen to you, and you really get into real situations. But it's only a select few of people who actually have your best interest at heart. It's only a select few of people who actually think like that. Seriously, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. I done seen people act one way around people that they say they rock with, and then they ended up talking. They talk about them behind their backs, and honestly, they're really just preying on their downfall behind their backs, and they hate when they see those people winning. So it's like a dark, cruel world that we live in. But that's why I say, control your emotions. Do not get out of character. Control your emotions. Do not get out of character, bro. Do not crash out over these people out here. Do not crash out over these women. Do not crash out over these men, because like I always say, the devil is always working. The devil is always working. So he already got the demons out there trying to take you down. So don't think it's sweet. Don't ever think anything out here is sweet. Because if you're not grounded in Christ, then you're going to be susceptible to a lot of bad things out here. I'm telling you. But when you're really locked in with God, then you're good. You're able to peep the bull from a mile away because you know that deep down you're not going for that. And you're not going to allow yourself to go for that. You're not going to allow that to happen. But yeah, man, let's get into our first point. Okay. So you should never allow anyone to get you out of character. I already spoke on this. People just want to gain power over you. But it's not even just that. They just want to they just don't want to see you up. And I pretty much already talked about that. They just don't want to see you up. They want to see you down bad. They don't want to see you doing big things. They don't want to see you becoming successful. And the reason why they don't want these things is because they were too scared to go out there on the front lines and get it on their own. One thing that I never understand is, why can't people just get it popping on their own? Why can't people just get it going on their own? Why do people have to hate on other people just because they're going up in life? Why? It makes no sense at all whatsoever. It makes no sense at all whatsoever. It's like crabs in a bucket. You know how when you got the crabs in a bucket and you trying to pull one of them out, but the other crabs are dragging the other crab that you trying to pull out. Like it's like they all pull each other down. So it's like misery loves company in a way. If they're not winning, they don't want you to win either, because it's like they don't want to be the only one dealing with that. But when you notice that people just don't want to come out of their ways, they just want to be stuck in their ways, let them do them. Let them be. You don't need to go off chasing them. You don't need to go off trying to save them, because I'll tell you this, most people just don't want to be saved. Most people just don't want to be saved, and we need to understand this. We need to recognize this, because it comes a certain point in time where we're just doing too much for people. It comes a point in time where we just need to say that, I'm gonna pray for you, but I understand that there's really nothing more I can do for you. I'm gonna just leave it in God's hands. And that's really all we need to do, because we can't control what another person does. We cannot force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. We cannot force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. So the only way to protect our peace is to just let them do them. Let them do them. A person want to betray you? Okay. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to crash out over them? Are you going to ruin your life because they wanted to betray you? You shouldn't do that. And honestly, it's not worth it. You just got to let them go. I know it's going to hurt, but it's okay though. Because life hurts in general. So we got to do what we can to sustain ourselves, because like I always say, guys, it's all about the bigger picture. I know certain things happen to us in life, in certain points of our lives, but that's okay. Remember what you've been working for. Remember how you want to take care of your family. Think about your future family. If some of you guys out here, you probably want to have kids one day. How can you get to that point where you have like a good, successful family if you crashing out over like, I'm not even going to say it's minor problems, because I don't know what you guys are dealing with, but if you guys know that these problems it's not going to benefit you in the next few years, what's the point of like worrying about it? If it's just something temporary. Why would you worry about it? That's just how I live. That's just how I think. Honestly, that's just my mindset. and I sound a little congested because I got a slight cold, but I'm trying to get better. So yeah, man, we really can't we can't risk our peace just because of other people wanting to do BS, bro. We just can't do that. We just can't do that. So what the fuck was that? What we got? Oh, that's just the wind. It's freaking so windy outside. But yeah, man, never allow anyone to get you out of character, bro. Alright. We're on to our next point. People will take advantage of you due to lack of emotional control. People will really prey on your emotions. Now I'm gonna tell you guys a story. This happened to my track coach when I went to I had just transferred from Essex County, and I went over to Rutgers to run track. And I only had this coach for about a season. I only had him for an indoor season. I didn't even have him for the outdoor season because of some bull that happened with him. Here's what happened. Like an athlete from the team prior, when he used to run for the team, I guess a few years ago, the man graduated Rutgers and everything. He's a grown man, all that. Grown man, all that. I guess he texted the coach, and I guess the coach really had beef with him. And I'm not too sure what happened in the text messages, but the coach crashed out on the former athlete, cursed him out in the messages, and the former athlete showed those messages to the dean, and the former athlete got the coach fired. Mind you, he's not even affiliated with Rutgers anymore. Not even affiliated with Rutgers no more. He don't go to the school. He don't run for the team. He's graduated. He's out of there. So, and my coach lost his job just because he couldn't control his emotions. Just because he crashed out over that one player. Just because he cursed him out through some text message. Now, granted, the athlete, I ain't gonna lie, he was I'm not really trying to curse on here, but he was a sucker. He was a sorry dude, man. He was a sorry dude. He was not a good guy. He was not a good guy. So I say he deserved it because what my coach said about him, he proved it. He proved it to be true. So it is what it is. But if my coach never would have said those things to him, he probably still would have had his job, and he probably still would have been training with us. Well, he probably still would have been training us, like the whole team and everything. And you want to know what's funny? The whole team ended up falling apart just because he left. Just because he left. He been in that track program for over 20 some years, but he lost it all just because one minor mistake. Just because of one minor mistake. And they've been wanting to get him out of there for a minute now. But it's crazy how one little thing can just ruin your whole life just due to bad emotional control. So that's why I be saying, guys, be in control of your emotions at all time. Do not lose yourself over something minor, because 9 times out of 10 it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. It wasn't worth it for my coach to lose his job, and it's not worth it for you to lose your livelihood. Whether you crashing out over a girl, whether you crashing out over some business ventures or anything, do not lose your emotional control. Self-control is key. Self-control is key. If you feel like certain things are slipping, pray to God. Pray to God. Pray to God for a peace of mind, because he'll help you through those situations, but you really have to go to him. You really have to go to him, because we cannot figure these things out on our own. We can't figure these things out on our own. If we don't have help, Jesus says that he'll help us, but we have to come to him. We have to seek him. And we have to want the help, because really most times, like when we get into situations like that, we really just don't be wanting to help. We really just don't be wanting to help, and we just be wanting to handle the situations on our own. Like that scripture that I always quote to you guys: lean not unto your own understanding, but the words that come out of God's mouth. If that's how the scripture goes, I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But yeah, man, we can't do these things on our own, because if we try to do it on our own, then it's never going to work out. It's never going to work out. The instructions are already given to us, but it's up to us to apply them. It's up to us to follow them, because if we don't follow them, then we're just cooked. We're just cooked. All the things that people said about you, they're going to turn out to be right, because you can't control yourself. You can't control your emotions. It's really serious out here, guys. That's why I'm saying, bro, you can't even afford to crash out. That's why you really just gotta detach from this world, bro. Because 9 times out of 10, the things that go on, like in this world, it's not even worth like losing your mind over. It's really not even worth it. You just gotta let it go. You really just gotta let it go. And matter of fact, I think this is exactly what I'm going to talk about those kids. This is what I'm going to talk to the kids about tomorrow. Yeah, because I've been trying to find like a topic to speak to them about, and I came up with just like mental toughness, but this aligns with it for sure. So yeah, that's what we're going to get into. That's what we're going to get into. Like securing your emotions, not crashing out over the small stuff, and yeah, just staying strong through like tough trials, because we all go through them. We all go through them. It's not just think about it like this. Whenever you're going through something, just know it's not just you. It's not just you. The whole world is going through problems. Everybody is. Rich people go through problems. Poor people go through problems. But when you look at it like that, you just say that, okay, let me just get to the solution. Let me just figure it out. Let me stop overthinking, and let me just do what I gotta do, because I'm going to be okay. And you really have to talk to yourself like that. You really just have to say, I'm gonna be okay. It's no point of worrying. It's no point of stressing. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. And you gotta believe it. You gotta believe that the problem is already solved. If you got God in your life, your problems are already solved. You don't have to worry about how it's gonna work out. Just do what you gotta do. Do what you can. Focus on what you can control. Based on like what this whole section was about. How I said that people will take advantage of you due to lack of emotional control. Peep the last word of that sentence. Control. Focus on what you can control. If it's outside of your control, then why are you worrying about it? You can't do anything about something that you have no control over. You can't do anything about something that you have no power over. You really can't. You really can't. You could do the best things for people, and then they'll just hit you with a curveball and say, I didn't really need it in the first place. I didn't really need your care in the first place. I didn't really need everything that you've done for me in the first place. I was good without you. I didn't ask for it. People really be like that. And you think they won't, but they really will. They really will. I even had a friend. I ain't going to say no names, but a friend of mine. He was going out with this girl. And she left him just because he told her that she asked him if somebody could sleep with her, like I guess in her bed or something like that, which was like that's a crazy question to ask your boyfriend. I ain't even gonna lie, that's really crazy. But he said, nah, I'm not rocking with that. And then she got mad at him and she broke up with him over that. And bro didn't even do nothing wrong. He's just saying no, he doesn't want that to happen. So she probably been cheating on him. That whole time they was going out. Just because, well, Yeah. She probably been planning that, and she actually wanted. She actually probably knew he was going to say that, and she just didn't want to be with him no more. So I guess that was her way of ending it off. But yeah, he really did a lot for that girl, and like overall, she pretty much said that I didn't need everything that you done for me in the first place. That's pretty much what she said. So like, you see how evil some people could be. That's why I'm saying, like, you really can't take a lot of people serious, because you never know when somebody could spike a touchdown in your face, bro. Shoot, your best friends could spike a touchdown in your face. Your family members could spike a touchdown in your face. It doesn't matter who. It can happen to anybody. Don't think that it can't happen to you, because it can. It most definitely can. I hope and pray that it doesn't, but it can. So never get too big-headed. Never get too big-headed, man. But yeah, bruh. Yeah. Always keep your emotions intact. Stay in control of it all. But on to our last point. You should never want others to see you out of character. You should never even want people to see you like that. Because you don't want to give them that reaction, because they've been working, they be working for that reaction. They be thinking about that. They be thinking about how you would act if you really crashed out. That's really how certain people be. It's really crazy, and I already touched on this, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit more. You just can't give them the benefit of the doubt, bro. Like, whenever somebody hits you with some crazy news, just be like, okay. I know it was this one story that I heard of like a few years ago. It was about this dude, like, where a lot of bad things happened to him, and all he said was, "Is that so?" Cuz I think somebody said that somebody lied on his name. Well, this girl lied on his name, and she said that she had a baby with him, but whole time he didn't, and he knew he didn't. But everybody else was like, "Oh wow, you really had this kid with her? Then you gotta take care of him." He was like, "Is that so?" And granted, he took care of the kid. That's some crazy work, but it's like he really didn't have no emotional attachments to it, because he knows that all things in his life are just temporary. It's all temporary. So it's like, really, all you can really say is that so? Shoot, your girlfriend cheat on you, and she like, "Oh yeah, I've been messing with such and such. I've been messing with your best friend, your brother." All you can really say is that so? And just cut the girl off, cut your brother off too for doing that. And yeah, it's just clip. For anybody who want to mess up your peace, it's clip. Don't give them the reaction that they're looking for. And like, they'll say they don't want you to react in a bad way, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want you to get mad." Just be like, okay. I'm telling you, in this life, you gotta expect anything. You gotta be on guard. You literally have to be on guard. Don't be out here lacking, bro. You get caught lacking out here in this world, because it's a cold world out here, man. It's a cold world out here. You just got to be like, alright, shoot, even when I'm on a road, man, people get mad at me because I'm driving too slow. I just stay focused. I stay forward. I just look forward. Because I'm like, if they're not hitting me, if they're not doing anything bad to me, I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, shoot. Because, like, words, they can't do anything to me, especially if I got my windows up and you just yelling at me. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to get to where I gotta go. It is what it is. You really just can't have no reaction to most things out here. Now, if somebody trying to threaten your life, like physically harm you, that's another story. You have to handle that situation accordingly. But if 9 times out of 10, it never really gets physical unless both sides are on that. So if you don't feed into the negativity, then what's the worst that could really happen if you really don't feed into it? If you just be like, okay, Like, if you're really just nonchalant about it, like, what bad can really happen? People want you to react, but you don't have to give them that reaction. You don't have to. You may feel like you have to, but like I always say, your feelings always change. Your feelings always change. So you really just got to think about the bigger picture, and you just can't give them what they want. Just don't give them what they want. That's really it. That's really it. But I hope you guys got something good out of this video. I hope you can apply these things to your life and just develop that nonchalant attitude to whenever life just throws a curveball at you. So like you don't end up in bad situations, because like it's getting real out here, man. It's really getting real. So you just gotta protect your peace at all costs. And I hope you guys continue to do that. And I hope may God be with all of you, because we need him more than ever in these crazy times, bro. But yeah, man, we've been super consistent past few days. I've been dropping like crazy, and I'm still on the grind. I'm still on it. I'm not playing no games, bro. Y'all already know what I'm on. Y'all already know what I'm on. Shit, we about to go up even more, bro. Grind Life Productions taking over all 2025, bro. We not playing no games. We on that. So yeah, get that straight. But yeah, with that being said, this has been Grind Life Productions, and we signing out. Peace.